So I, 36 male, have a brother, Mike, 44, who has a daughter, Addie, teen. For her birthday, Mike bought Addie a used, but still very nice car. She totaled it 2 months later in an accident where she was 100% at fault, and Mike didn't buy her another one. So far, she's gotten by with Mike's car, but he recently had to take a business trip out of town and was worried about her being home alone without a car. He asked me to lend her my car for a few days as a favor. My wife and I each have one, and it wouldn't be a major inconvenience to me. I reluctantly agreed. When it was time for me to take my car back, Mike told me that Addie had accidentally put diesel in it and it died in their driveway. I had it towed to a repair shop and asked for $1,500, the amount quoted to me by the mechanic, from Mike to get it fixed. Mike told me he would transfer the money soon, and I told him to take as much time as he needed. Later that afternoon, Mike's wife, Lisa, called to tell me that the money for my car would be coming out of Addie's already meager college fund. She begged me to let the money go because Addie needed that money for college. She actually started crying, and I started feeling really bad. The thing is, I do have the money to pay for the repairs. I'd have taken it out of my and my wife's shared savings account. I actually already have it with my wife's permission. I would put the money from Mike into that same savings account to restore the original amount. Even so, I told Lisa that Addie needs to have consequences for her actions, and if that means she has less college money, then that's what it means. She meekly agreed and hung up. Yesterday, I got a text from my sister. She basically called me a selfish idiot for taking money out of Addie's college fund over a stupid mistake. She said that I was being cruel and that she knew I had the money, so I should just bite the bullet and let them keep the money. Now I'm struggling with this dilemma, and I figured that I should get some unbiased perspective. So am I the idiot? Not the idiot. It shouldn't be coming out of her parents' pocket, your pocket, or her college fund. She's a teen and can drive. She can work. Addie needs to get a job and pay for something to learn the value of $1. Let her pay for it. Depending on how hard she works, you could cut her a break if she's short, or make her pay every penny. I would say the biggest problem is that it seems like Addie's not been taught correctly about how to be responsible with cars. Kids do stupid stuff, but kids are more likely to do stupid stuff when their parents don't teach it correctly. If she's that way with cars, she's probably that way with other aspects of her life. Again, given that she's a teen, I would say that it's her parents' faults for not teaching their daughter correctly. Are you sure that's the biggest problem? Hearing how the wife handled the situation, crying and not wanting to take responsibility, etc., to me, she sounds like the biggest problem. The daughter probably gets her behavior from the wife. Really, since she's a teen and the dad asked for the car, the responsibility is 100% on the parents. The parents can choose how it's paid and what the consequences are for Addie, but it's not up to OP to tell them how to parent or where to get the money from. Likewise, it's the parents who have decided it's coming out of the college fund, so really not okay to try and guilt OP about where the money's coming from. That was their own parental decision. The parents need to grow up and take responsibility for their own decisions and responsibilities. Funny thing, when Addie totaled a car bought for her by her parents, as a consequence, they didn't buy her another car. But when she destroyed OP's car, her parents, mother especially, didn't see it as she should bear the consequences of that. The fact that your sister jumped in, expecting you to completely suck up the cost, makes her the real idiot in this situation. Your sister seems to be awfully generous with your money. If sis thinks $1,500 shouldn't be taken out of Addie's college fund, then she can pay for Addie's stupid mistake. To be fair, I thought it was an innocent question at the time, but now my fiance is demanding an apology, and I refuse. I, 28 male, have been working and trying to get things moving for my fiance and the kids. I'm building our house. She's currently 26 weeks pregnant, cannot help with the build, and has been staying home with the kids. We're currently staying with my sister, just until the build is complete, because we didn't want to renew our lease. I prefer it this way too, but I'm getting a bit stressed myself handling everything alone. When I get home and ask her anything, she looks super angry that I'm even talking to her. Just super irritable and over the top constantly, it seems, and that puts even more on my plate. Well, yesterday I was fed up because she got angry over a seatbelt locking into place, and I said, "Are we just going to be angry every day?" I was laughing when I said it. She looks at me disgusted and looks away. I asked what was wrong, and she said, "I'm just stressed out." So I said, "What do you have to be stressed out about?" She immediately lost it on me. She said something to the effect of, "I'm wrangling 3 kids while pregnant. I have severe pain constantly. I never get a break at all because when the kids aren't harassing me, your sister and her kid are. I can't even sleep because of the stupid dog that runs in the house. I can hardly walk most days due to the pain, and I'm still expected to be the emotional barrier and answer your million questions 24/7, and I'm done. What do I have to be stressed about? You have one job, physical labor. Don't you dare ask me what I have to be stressed about." I just stayed quiet because she was obviously well past her breaking point. Later in the evening, after she went to the vehicle and checked out for an hour, not speaking to anyone, I approached it again and said she needed to discuss this stuff with me before blowing up, and she snapped again, stating that she had absolutely discussed this with me many times, but I'm so stuck in pity land that I dismiss her at every turn. I don't recall her ever mentioning anything to me. Regardless, she's saying she wants an apology, and I won't give one. She's the one who blew up, not me. Am I the idiot? OP, what are you stressed about? Fiance literally tells him, OP, she hasn't told me why she's stressed. Look, OP, I get you might have stuff on your plate too, but instead ask her, how can I help? She has 3 kids and 1 on the way, along with living with your sister's family and her home. It's not easy. While she shouldn't have yelled at you, she's telling you what's wrong. This is bad advice. If you have to ask how you can help, she's still carrying the mental load. He works set hours, and she works all the time, which means he gets time off when he's home. So what he needs to do is get home, figure out what needs to be done on his own, kids' bath, cleaning up, etc., and just do it. Build awareness and contribute. You are the idiot, dude. These are your kids too. I refuse to apologize. Oh, boo-hoo. Be compassionate. Get your pathetic pride outside your butt and apologize. I feel sorry for the poor woman. She deserves better than what she's got. I'm impressed she's put up with you long enough to get knocked up a 4th time. And she's not even his wife. Dude has knocked her up 4 times now and still hasn't bothered to marry her. Why she's stuck around and kept getting pregnant by a guy who apparently has no idea that raising kids and making babies is actual work, I have no idea. He shouldn't push his luck. My boyfriend, 27, and I, female, 26, have been together for 4 years. We dated for 3 years, broke off for a couple of months, and then got back together. Since we got back together, he's been very needy and insisting that we should spend more time together, which is nice, but I sometimes feel like he's a bit pushy, honestly. He doesn't like it when I go out with friends or insist on always coming along. So the issue is that he had a work trip to Boston last week. It really was just a meeting on Saturday with some people from the company. He asked me if I wanted to come too, and we could spend the weekend there as a little getaway. I said yes, and was excited about the trip. However, my best friend, male 26, got into a car accident the Wednesday before the trip. It wasn't that bad, but he broke an arm. He was generally bruised and in bad shape emotionally. So I told my boyfriend I won't be able to go on a trip since I wanted to be there for my friend. He got very angry. He told me that he was fine and didn't really need me there. I told him that he did, and the trip really wasn't anything special, just a work trip. He was upset, so he said many things, like saying if I just wanted to continue being single, I shouldn't have agreed to get back to him. We argued very bad that night. Honestly, the next couple of days, he tried changing my mind, but as he couldn't, he let it go. However, since he came back, he's been acting very cold toward me and practically ignoring when I ask him for the trip. He just tells me, "It was fine," or "You would know if you had come too." I'm very annoyed with him. I feel like he doesn't want to understand my side. But am I the idiot? Edit. My friend is gay. Would you rather I lie and say he wasn't giving me attention or something? I'm just telling the truth. Also, I cheated on my boyfriend because I felt like it, and I know that's wrong. I cheated more than once. The last one was like a year ago, I think. I took him back. He wanted me to go back with him, so I told him I would if he forgot everything, and he promised me he would do that. My boyfriend wants to date me just because of the benefits of dating me. It's just how it is. We both come from wealthy families, and he said he'd like a trophy wife like me. Yeah, you are the idiot. You cheated on him and then ditched a joint trip with him to stay behind with the friend who needed emotional support. I understand why he isn't too happy with you. Ouch. With other men, too. Plural men. She's cheated on him multiple times, and yet he still stays. Poor guy. She has him all messed up. There's no real relationship here anymore. Just the dying and gasping members of a get-together that should have burnt out long ago. According to her, she took him back, LMAO, as if he owed her after she cheated on him. He's in a relationship with the memory of who he thought she was. She's not a good partner and shouldn't be dating anyone until she can figure out why she cheated multiple times. She has no interest in figuring it out. It's just how she is. OP, you cheated on your boyfriend multiple times with multiple guys, and you wonder why he's asking questions? No one can be that dense. Although perhaps you can see daylight from having your head so far up your posterior. If you want to be single, be single. You can do what you like then. Let the poor guy go so he can find someone better and get help. My son, Teen, was invited on a hunting trip, and I let him go and gave him money to reimburse the other parent for food and stuff. He said he had a good time with his friend. His mom, my ex, is furious that I didn't consult her before allowing this. She said she didn't want him to go hunting again. I told her she has no say over what happens when our son is at my house. We got into a big fight over it. She said that as long as he's under 18, we must co-parent and make decisions together. Since his most recent birthday, he can go back and forth between our homes on his own. There's no need for us to interact with each other anymore. I told her as much. She said I was an idiot and that I needed to respect her as the mother of my child and make decisions with her. I said no, our relationship is over. We make separate independent choices now, and we no longer need to consult each other. My girlfriend says I need to make nice with my ex because it'll be better in the long run, making me wonder if I was unreasonable. Was I an idiot for letting my son go on a trip without consulting his mom? You are the idiot, for we have no reason to interact anymore. She gets no say at my house is absolutely BS. You are both parents of a child, together. A safe trip with another family is not a huge deal, but she does have a right to know. What if he had an accident or got injured and she had no idea where he was? There are plenty of situations that do still need to be discussed. Your girlfriend is right. You should maintain a better co-parenting relationship with your ex-wife. I disagree. She doesn't want him to go again. She thinks this decision should have been made jointly, etc. The issue with this, many people are missing. For her, making a decision jointly appears to be one where she gets to decide, and the others get to jointly go along with it. The kid is a teen. He's old enough to decide things like this for himself. Take the hunting aspect out of it for a second. What if the son wanted to go skateboarding, or skiing, or an overnight camping trip? Does mom get to veto anything she regards as even remotely risky? Heck no. He's a teenager. If dad's okay with it, and there's no undue risk, she should have no say. Now, if you're talking about an abnormally risky activity, let's say motorcycle riding, hang gliding, or skydiving, then yes, I think mom needs to be on board. But giving mom veto power over every fun thing dad wants to do will lead to mom using that power vindictively to keep him from doing anything fun with his son. And that makes mom the idiot. I'm a civil servant and I'm in a labor union. The amount of time off an employee gets is determined by the government, and in cases of non-management, is backed by the union. It cannot be altered for an individual person, no matter their circumstances. When one of my colleagues lost his wife and child, and the paid bereavement leave was over, he asked people to donate their time off because he wasn't ready to return. He originally had 3 paid weeks off for bereavement leave. At the time, I didn't mind donating some time to him because I knew he had been through a tragedy, but now I'm getting tired of having to give up my time. The 2-year mark just passed. Not only are many people giving up their time off, but we must do his work on top of ours. Since he's on vacation and not on leave, he can't be replaced in his job, according to both union and government rules. Even if he could, there's no money in the budget to pay his full salary, as well as the salary for a replacement. I said none when I was asked by my colleague how much time I was donating for the latest round, and now I'm being treated like a pariah by everyone, even people not on my team or in my division. So many people have been donating because my colleague has been off for 2 years using donated time. Everyone's calling me cruel and heartless. I had no problem donating in the immediate aftermath, but I think 2 years is long enough. I've never been married, and I don't have kids, but I think he needs to figure something out because it's been long enough, and expecting people to donate their time is too much. Maybe I don't understand, and maybe I'm being too hard on the guy. Am I the idiot because I no longer want to donate my leave? It's bad enough I have to help do his work on top of my own, but I don't think wanting to use my own vacation time makes me a bad person. Also, just adding that my colleague can't use bereavement because he already did, and he doesn't have access to any kind of paid leave, which is why he always asks people to donate. I feel for him, I really do, but it's been long enough in my eyes. Am I the idiot? Wait, do I understand this correctly? Your colleague has been off for 2 years, using donated leave? If that's right, you are wildly not the idiot, in any way, shape, or form, for saying, you know what? I'd kinda like the time off I worked for to go to me for a change. Tragedy is everywhere, and it sounds like you've done very well by your colleague to help support them for the 101 extra weeks they've had to work through this enough to get back to work. He needs a lot of help if he's so grief-ridden that after 2 years he can't return to work. The answer is absolutely not to continue to donate your leave to him. Firstly, it is your leave. You deserve a break. Secondly, you are all enabling him. He'll never take steps to improve things while getting a free ride. Please go to HR about this situation. Anyone who's making you feel bad about your decision is a bully. I'm amazed HR has allowed this to happen for so long. It's a scam at this point. 2 paid years off is Jeff Bezos' level of crap. I'm not even sorry. That guy's playing everyone. The better question is, what has he been doing for 2 years? Like, I can't imagine he's never left the house during those 2 years. So is he going on vacations, going on dates, trying to kickstart a career? At this point, your coworker is being paid to not do his job at the expense of you and all your other coworkers. That's not right.